Good day. It's a rather rainy day today, but today I'd like to talk about um, talk about feeling like having a superpower when you have your own personal knowledge management system or your second brain. So it's my 22nd day of my 100-day video challenge. I do this to keep myself accountable to my daily tasks and challenges, to practice expressing myself a bit more, to improve my communication skills, to document the things that I'm learning, to practice telling stories, you know, learning about how to crunch the numbers, and basically, message to future self, to you, Ellie, future you. Today, Ellie, future Ellie, remember this story about this day when you felt like you had a superpower when you were working on your second brain. You see, I'm not a very good um, documenter. I'm not very good. I'm not particularly well at collecting information and storing that information. I've not been keeping a lot of info that I learn and rely quite a bit on my memory for a lot of things. And for a long time, that has worked for me. It was only through this course that I took by Tiago Forte and Building Your Second Brain that I realized I could be doing a lot more. I could be I could be collecting in an efficient way and organizing the things that I learn so that I could have future knowledge, future use that I could tap into. And that became quite apparent yesterday when I was in a meeting. You see, I've been doing this. As part of our assignments has been to do progressive summarization. I have been reading up on growth hacking because growth hacking is one of the topics that um, we needed to share for the one of our courses that I online something for work. I was reading about growth hacking, learning about this, and as part of my homework here in building a second brain is to do progressive summarization. And I was doing progressive summarization of this book by Sean Ellis. And I explained like this was 17 days ago. This was 17 days ago. You know, the Z there is the takeaway. So I tagged my takeaways with Z's. Yesterday, so let me read. I wrote an article about it here in just 60 minutes ago. I just wrote about it. I had an ego. My weakness has been I don't capture enough content. I don't capture content enough. I rely on my first brain to capture tidbits of memory. It has worked for me before. Yes, there were times that I might not have been able to explain some concepts in detail. Like the time when was that? What was that concept again? Anyway, I followed Tiago Forte like Alice into the rabbit hole called BASB to late nights because mentor sessions are almost always midnight for me, or canceled morning office meetings to make room for the 9 a.m. BASB meetings in my time. I stumbled in this new world and thought to myself as I learned from Tiago and the mentors, what the heck? You could do that? So I gobbled up what I was learning into my second brain and tested how far it could get me. Almost 3 weeks ago, which is this, I've been applying what I've been learning here in BSP and been progressively summarizing content for some online teaching sessions. It's about growth hacking. I kept planting atomic seeds of knowledge in the farm of my second brain. Yesterday was harvest time. In a 4-hour meeting at work, our team was planning the training sessions for the next few weeks. My assignment was to make an outline for the growth hacking retention process. Initially, I thought, and I was thinking like this yesterday when I was in a meeting, I was in zombie mode, I was listening in, was typing, crunching the numbers, taking notes. At a 4-hour long meeting, our team was planning the training sessions. Initially, I thought, oh, I was given this assignment, make an outline for this. I thought this was going to be a heavy lift. A heavy lift is a phrase that we refer to here in building a second brain when we need to exert quite a bit of for a topic, for a project. I'm going to have to spend a couple of sleepless nights doing research, structuring flow of discussions, and having some good content for the session. This might actually take a week or two. That was my first brain telling me. Then right there, around just before the meeting ended, 30 minutes before the meeting ended, something clicked. You know that scene from Limitless when the protagonist first takes NCT pill, when gray dark scenes turn to bright yellows. If you might not be familiar with the movie Limitless movie, this movie, yeah, that movie, this one. There's a nice scene there when he takes the pill and he was walking. The background was mostly gray and dark, and as he took the pill, the colors changed to bright yellows, and like that feeling of having an idea. And for me, that idea was I could do what I was learning here in BSB, what specifically David Perel and Nat Eliason has shown, because they just showed in a couple of previous lessons how they've been collecting tidbits of information and in 15 minutes able to churn out an article, an outline, churn out a blog post, like 15-30 minutes done. And I thought, hey, couldn't I do the same thing? And I did. In around 10-15 minutes, while they were still meeting, they were discussing, they were already thinking of how to end the meeting, discussing, okay, anything else? I was writing. I was working with Rome Research, this tool that I use. And I just typed along. And by in like 15 minutes, I had an outline. Not just an outline. I realized I already incorporated a couple of graphs because I was doing research on this, and case studies that I was starting to collect. So I pretty much have an idea of what to do. It's amazing getting that feeling when you are able to discover, when you had content all along. You just need to structure everything. This makes me want to collect more information, to keep churning out, to keep going, achieving my flow state as a knowledge worker, that flow state of constantly collecting information. I'm like a fisherman, always fishing for information, putting it in my pile, and then here I'm cooking it, serving the dish. In the process of cooking it and for serving that dish to my teammates and to the attendees of my lectures in the future. And that's how I have applied my second brain, which is liberating. I guess the word that I was looking for. I felt that I've been in shackles of my own ignorance, and knowing this has let me free. And I have to Tiago, who I just saw his email that he's now a father. Congratulations, Tiago. Um, thanks to you, thanks to David, to Nat, to the mentors here, to all the great people. There's Marie Pierre, Mitch. Um, Thank you for all the things that you taught us, Ramses. Uh, so, yeah, that's how I'm currently where I am right now in my building a second brain. It's not the same anymore, and a lot of possibilities have opened up for me. I'm already actually looking for master's and doctorate programs as next challenges. How would I now bring what I've learned here to apply to the next level, to my next challenges that are coming, to my work? Exciting times. That is my session for today. Ellie, this is you are in your 22nd day of building a second brain. Keep at it. It's a new world. You can't go back. It's different now. Bye bye.